Say something, say something.
Hello, hello.
All right, make sure my mic is in good working order. All right, we got testing.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
yes.
right,
Test,
there we
test.
go. All right. Okay, man. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Let's Talk Games Podcast, episode 24, man. Early episode, man. A lot of things happened this week. Hit that like button, hit that share button, man. We got
Please.
we got a couple things to talk about though.
We do.
But
Yes,
Dre,
sir.
man, how you doing this week? How you doing?
I am doing pretty good. Besides for my allergies, and sorry to the chat if I sound kind of crazy, but man, these allergies is kicking my ass right now. But doing pretty good. Good week. Got a new video out. Shit, I went. It was. I was damn near cutting it close. I was like, it really ain't nothing to talk about right now. But then all this crazy
Yeah.
news came out, and I was like, okay, here we go. I can finally put something out. So if you haven't, please check out the channel. I uploaded a new video up, so check it out. Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you want. You don't got to, but yeah. But everything's been good. How about yourself?
Can't complain. I've been trying to think what I've been doing other than working. There's this new game that just came out. Shout out to Hustle and Motivate. Welcome to the
Yes,
Best Spot
sir.
Club. Oh my God! Shout out to him.
My guy.
What the heck happened? What happened? There's this game that just came out, I think yesterday, right? On
Mhm.
Xbox Game Pass. Let me see if I can open up this Game Pass app. Hopefully, it came out for it called Blood Roots. That's what it is.
Okay.
It's this top-down. I don't want to call it a side. It's not a side story. It's a top-down sort of quick action game, right? But you die on one hit, and the minute they hit you, you die. But the respawn is like instantaneously. You know what I mean? There's checkpoints and stuff like that. It's not a difficult game, but the thing is, each weapon you pick up has 3 hits associated. You get to use it 3 times before it's done, and you got to pick up another weapon. And
Oh shit.
because you're moving
Okay.
so fast, right? Like I keep finding myself. By the time I get to like the fourth, fifth enemy, I ain't got a weapon. I'm using my fists, and so you're slower. And they got a weapon. They're faster. They hit you. You're done. So I downloaded this thing like at like 11 o'clock. Started playing it. I'm like, oh, I can rock with this. So that's literally the last thing I was playing. I
Hold on, you you know they're gonna get on you, right?
For what?
They're gonna be like, how can you play this, right? But you can't beat Returnal. You know they about to hop on you.
Well, because return. I don't know. It's not that now. Returnal is like I don't know if I'm going to stick with it or even beat the game itself. But it's the thing is about this game. Like Returnal, it starts you all the way from bottom one when you die, right? This
Right,
game you just
right.
start back from the last checkpoint you had.
Oh,
There's like
okay.
multiple checkpoints in each level. So there's about like 2 to 3 checkpoints in each level. So if you die after you pass the checkpoint, you're not going to start all the way back from Act 1 of the thing. So that's one already enjoyable. Like I said, if in Returnal, if I was to start at the biome that I died in, I
You'll be
I probably would be done with the game, and I probably won't complain as much. But whatever. But the game is called Blood Riots. It's in Game Pass right now for PC and Xbox, and I think it's probably also for cloud. But that's what I've been playing. I gave up on Watch Dogs Legion expansion.
still messing up on you.
Yeah, I don't want to. The thing is that I don't want to waste the time trying to test it again because it's like I'll get into it, play it. Next thing you know, get a lot of progress done, and then I'm gonna be afraid to turn off the Xbox, and then it not work. So
Now, did you try it on your S? Because I remember you talking about the 2K situation. So
well,
did you
no.
try
See,
it?
the thing is, it's not. No, the problem was with 2K was it crashing and shutting off my system. The
Okay,
issue with Watch Dogs, it will always if I go from one console into another, it's not that won't solve the problem because quick resume don't pick up from Series X and pick back up on the Series S. You have to start and finish it on that. You have to
Gotcha.
if I start quick resume on the S, it won't pick up quick resume on the X. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Save points, that's different. And sure, it'll do that, but I think it's an issue with Watch Dogs itself because it's there's no actual. It's not. It doesn't seem like a console problem. It just like I don't know. It's like I don't know. Like because you can't even manually. There's no when you press start, you can't even manually save the game. And that's
has anybody else had this problem? Like have you?
Honestly, I don't even know anybody else who tried the expansion yet. That's the thing. I have no idea. I don't know anyone else other than me who's tried the expansion.
Gotcha.
What else? So we got so pretty much that's pretty much it. I've been super casual, and I can afford to be super casual because for the first time in a long time, like it's July, like I beat as of like with Scarlet Nexus was the last game I beat. So as of June something, I had like 22 games beat on a year. So I can send the calendar. Yeah. So I'm just like really I'm chilling. Like so I could just wait around, see what's out there, try different things and whatnot. But what I'm probably gonna do, honestly, since I got a week before anything super interesting comes out for Xbox, I'm probably just gonna say, go ahead, let me just finish this Ratchet and Clank playthrough, and get that out of the way. Dude, what? I honestly forgot I had the game, bro. I forgot that I had it. You know what? This is gonna sound horrible. I really don't enjoy playing on my PlayStation. Nobody, because the thing is, when I'm playing on Xbox, right? I'm usually it's like a community thing. I get on Xbox, usually when I see you on Xbox, right? I'll send you a party invite. So my thing is, I'll get on Xbox. If I see my boys online, anybody's online, we jump in the party. I jump in the party and I just talk and just whatever, and then I just play whatever I'm playing. Like I'm the type of person that can actually play through, whether it be multiplayer or a story-based game or whatever, and be in a party and it not affect me. So, but when I get on PlayStation, it's like, all right, it's just like, all right, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. I find it boring. So I don't get motivated. I really have to. The game literally has to be like, you know what? I can't go another day without playing this game for me to pull me in to the point where that shit doesn't matter. Right? Like I said, Ratchet and Clank is cool, but there's nothing wrong with the game. But I don't have. It's not like I don't have like the urge to play it. It's like I played it. I see what it was like. I was like, all right, it's cool, but I don't have the urge to play it. Like the games that I had the urge to play, I had the urge to play Miles Morales because it was better than I expected it to be. But I also love Spider-Man 2018. So it was just like I felt like it was like all right. I felt like in the natural element because the game wasn't too far from when the last game came out. Last of Us, like. I felt like I didn't go a day without playing the game. I didn't go. I think I spent 6 consecutive days playing The Last of Us Part 2. I didn't miss a day playing that game. So like Ratchet, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You mean to tell me you're not playing the #1 selling game of June? Is that what you're telling me?
The #1 selling game of June. Let's look at this. Right. June NPDs came out. And matter of fact. We had a discussion about this.
We did, yeah.
What did I say? I was like, I was like, where do you see Ratchet and Clank landing on the NPD? You said 4 or 5?
Yeah, it was either 4 or 5 or 5th or 6th. Yep, I remember that.
All right,
because even I had even tweeted today when it came out. I was like, yo, I did not expect that. I'm dead at. I did not expect Ratchet and Clank to be #1. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I expected it to be the best-selling Ratchet and Clank,
which it is. I think
which it is
like, so far.
The fastest-selling, best-selling.
Yeah.
It should be, and like I said, with these PlayStation games, they typically, if they're popping, they're going to be the #1 or the #2 seller of the month. I think the last one that didn't do those numbers was, I think, Death Stranding, and Sony was ultimately quiet about Death Stranding during that time. So,
but they was quiet about this too.
Yeah, they weren't quiet, but maybe it didn't do. Yeah. Maybe they expected it to do more, but it did good enough to still been out #1. But you think about it. Look what's #2. Look what's #2. A game that came out in November. So it wasn't all that crazy. It wasn't like we were like hit with a bunch of crazy releases. You know, you got Mario Super Golfer. You have MLB The Show, which is still on the chart. Which is, I think this is the best MLB The Show has performed. Scarlet Nexus top 5.
Dope game.
That
definitely enjoy.
Somebody said something interesting. You know, in PlayStation's individual charts. Scarlet Nexus was number 6. In Xbox individual charts, Scarlet Nexus was also number 6.
Yeah,
so somebody's like, if you guys can't say, Xbox don't buy these games, like when they literally just it matched. I'm not gonna say because numbers, obviously, if we go beyond the numbers, I'm pretty sure it sold more on PlayStation, but it was in the top 10 in both platform sales. Minecraft number 8, Spider-Man Miles Morales still in the top 10. Nice. That game is literally selling per PlayStation sold. So
exactly, and that's kind of how I see Ratchet and Clank kind of doing too. Like when they get more PS5s available, I think that's going to be a 1-to-1 type thing, like Miles Morales.
Yeah, we got, and everything else is like old games: Mortal Kombat, Animal Crossing, Call of Duty, still Super Smash Bros, Valhalla. Sea of Thieves rounds out the top 20.
Sea of Thieves. I am shocked that GTA 5 is not top 20. I was, because when I seen it, I was like, true. What? Are you serious? GTA 5 is not?
Yeah. Now that's something my child would do.
Dude.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I'm actually quite surprised. Sea of Thieves, I know it had the whole. I wonder if that's because of the whole like expansion that came out, the Jack Sparrow, the Pirates of the Caribbean thing, but that was at the end of June. Mm-hmm. So the fact that
Sea of Thieves is 20, right? It's number 20, right? Sea of Thieves. Okay,
it's number 20, which is, like I said, it's surprising.
It's good. Yeah,
and
no doubt.
Just giving people the heads up. This is not Steam. That's actually the Xbox version with the NPDs. Steam isn't counted in these numbers. So
yeah, that's pretty dope. Pretty dope.
With that being said, though, because like I said, Ratchet and Clank number 1, which was expected. Scarlet Nexus number 5.
Was it though? Because
when you consider what came out in June, there was nothing. You know what's crazy? You know what's not on this list?
What's
not on this list?
2K?
No, Dark Alliance.
Oh well, shit. You should.
Well, you know why I'm bringing that up, right?
Why is that?
Because
that's that Dungeons and Dragons game, right?
People were bragging that 96% of the sales were on PlayStation. So I'm like, all right. So the point that I was trying to prove, right? Because this is what was ticking me off. Because people kept running with that, like, oh, Game Pass is bad. They don't buy games. 96% of the sales on PlayStation. People still play it on PlayStation. I was like, all right, the numbers you guys are pulling are from UK, and they're the physical numbers anyway. And with the UK though, here's the problem with the UK. It don't take much to be a top 3 seller in the UK. And I said in my tweet, I was like, a game can sell 63,000 units in the UK and break all types of records that week. That same game in North America can sell 633,000 and barely make the top 5. So, like, context. And so I wanted to highlight that because I was like, oh, I was expecting to see that game on somebody's top list, but it's not there.
A good 50,000 bought it on PlayStation. Well, I don't think nobody was checking for that game to begin with, really.
But the most interesting thing that happened today.
Here we go.
I've always said, right, since the last time Xbox One NPD, I was like, you know what? I don't even care about the NPDs. I'm not going to cap. I'm not going to like celebrate and stuff. And I think I did a good job. I just had a limited. I think I just did a GIF. That's all. But the Xbox managed to pull off June NPDs. Now,
in dollars,
in dollars,
not in units. Yeah,
in unit sales,
so.
Nintendo wins by default. So
Right.
right. Nintendo Switch #1 in unit sales, in dollar amounts. Because I'm gonna count it as a dub for the simple fact when PlayStation was winning in dollar amounts.
Oh yeah,
nobody.
No doubt, go off.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So
yeah, go off.
So the Xbox winning dollar amounts. And the crazy thing is, I've seen people every time somebody would say something was performing well on Xbox, somebody would say, "So this is an NPD win, right?" Like, but in sarcastic. It was done in sarcastically. So they won, and I figured Xbox would do something in June for the simple fact I feel like they got a stock boost in June. Remember after E3, I feel like everybody just turning up with Xbox Series and stuff like that. And I'm like, I was like, this should bode well for the NPD because there's a lot more, and it was becoming available more often.
Yes.
So shout out to them for getting the NPD one. It's it's kind of funny for something that people say, oh, it's not in demand. But it looks like probably the E3 thing actually helped it.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, E3 really did a number on because shit. I was even seeing some PlayStation folk going out and buying Xboxes and stuff. So, hey man, everything is good, man. All is good.
Yeah, interesting time. So I'm curious to see how the rest of the year plays out, and just hopefully everybody gets their stock back in order. PlayStation is still the fastest selling home console with 8 months in, and I don't know where they're at now. I think they're probably at like
going off of take it with a grain, but going off of VG, it was. I think they said it was at 9.
9 okay.
Going off of VG, but VG's VG. People use it when they want to boost their argument, discredit it when they when it doesn't help.
Yeah,
so.
VG is like, I don't like going off VG because I don't know how accurate it is. It's been proven not to be accurate on multiple occasions. But
why can't? My fault. Go ahead. My fault. Well, I was just want to say, why can't NPD just give us the total numbers? Like, is it something that they can't see or can't give?
They used to, but once the like Microsoft and Sony and whatever, Nintendo, if they don't share the exact numbers, NPD won't report the exact numbers. So when Microsoft stopped sharing their numbers, NPD they would tell you where Xbox placed, but they wouldn't give you their units sold. But back then, like I want to say before the change, you used to find out how much units was sold in that period of time and whatnot. So they used to give us the numbers every month. And Xbox stopped. Okay. I don't know why they don't give did they give PlayStation numbers and Nintendo numbers?
Like as far as giving an exact amount?
Yeah. Like I don't think so. How much units they sold in the month of June. Did they give us that this time?
I don't think so. No, okay. They just said Switch was #1 in terms of units.
So that means Nintendo didn't give their numbers and PlayStation didn't give their numbers.
I guess so. I guess that's the way it's going on now. I don't know. I guess I mean once PlayStation hits a milestone, we'll definitely hear about it. Yeah. when they hit them out like 10 million, we're definitely going to hear something about that.
Somebody asked, did the Xbox this is their first NPD win in history? No, it's not. They actually Xbox last real NPD win was when the Xbox One S came out. They won like 3 or 4 consecutive months. It was July, August, September, and I think the last month they won was the month Gears of War came out. Gears of War 4, and then after that they didn't win since then. Now they've had times where they came up in second place where Nintendo would win and then they were the second spot, but it wouldn't, nobody would say anything, and then there would be times where PlayStation would win and Xbox was in second and Nintendo was in third. They had those moments. Those happened a couple times, but people it's like if you ain't win PD, you ain't win PD. And they assumed Xbox was in last place every time that happened, but that was not the case. But no, it wasn't. This was the first time technically since 2016 than Xbox One NPD, and it's the first time for this for the new generation that they've won NPD. Even though the sales have been really close statewide, but only a couple units separating them in North America. But every time Xbox now, the first thing people do when Xbox wins NPD, and if they were to win again next month or so, the first thing people are going to run to is, what are they doing worldwide? Like, they're going to run to the worldwide numbers as if, like, I don't care what the hell something is selling in fucking Nova Scotia. Like, no, like, I don't. Like, that's the thing where they move it to, and then you're just like, whatever, you got it.
Yeah, nothing you should say. Nothing you can do about that when that argument comes up worldwide. Yeah, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. Oh, I apologize, man. These allergies is kicking my ass right now.
I get you. I mean, we ain't gonna hold people too long. We both gotta watch Space Jam. I'm trying to get Space Jam out the way.
Man, man. You know, I'm gonna go in with, I'm going to this movie. Yep. You know, open mind. You know, I know what the critics said. You know, and it's not looking too good.
Yep.
But I'm gonna go in with an open mind. You know, so hopefully I enjoy it. Hopefully my family enjoys it. So
yeah, same here, man. Same here. I'm with you. So we talked about Switch OLED last week, did we? Or did we talked about it? So
I want to say yes.
It's coming out October 8th, the Switch OLED.
Mm-hmm.
And
day one. Yes, sir.
You're getting it?
I pre-ordered that thing. Yes, sir, I did.
So all right, it's sold out.
Yeah, right. Buddy. Sold out. Yes, sir.
$350.
But I don't have a Switch though. And that's the only reason why.
Okay. So yeah. All right, then obviously, yeah, that's fine. That's different.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't have. But hold on. Is it really that different though? Because okay, you guys watch my video. I talk about this on my latest video, right? Because I don't think like I think the Switch OLED is getting hate for no reason. To be honest, I think it's getting unwarranted hate. If you actually think about why they made the console the way that they did, you know, and so like, you know, I made my initial video, right, and I was kind of going along with the crowd, right, but then I spent a couple days thinking about it, and it got me to the point where I'm like, hold up, right? We buy TV, so this gaming community, right? Everybody has an OLED, right? Everybody has an OLED TV, right? But at the same time, there are LCD TVs that have the same features as OLED TVs, right? But everybody skips over those LCDs and goes to the OLED, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, for the better picture, better contrast, better colors, you know, you want the best, right? But that's like the same situation as the Switch, right? You got your original Switch, you got your OLED Switch. Both have the same features. But, you know, people are probably going to gravitate to this OLED Switch, you know, for the better picture. And that's the way that I had to actually sit and think about it. Like, this is actually a good idea because only thing Nintendo did was look at the TV market and look at the gamers and look of how they're buying their TVs. Because we could have all of us could have bought an LCD TV and it would have done the same thing that these OLED TVs are doing. But we went to the OLED, you know, for obvious reasons. So that's the way I look at it when it comes to the Switch situation.
Wow. Shout out to Rigo Romero, Best Spot Live Silver in the building. Thank you for joining the channel. Big ups to you. Well, I don't have a Switch either. But I've had Switches. I've had 3. I had 2 originals and I had a Switch Lite. I don't know. I can't hold on. I can't keep a Switch to save my life. Like Switches don't stay in my house for more than 90 days. So, I mean, I guess the issue that people have with it more so is the lack of an upgrade. I don't think
that's our own fault though. That's our own fault.
Well, why is that?
Because we ran along with the rumor. You know, that was just as of right now. The Switch Pro is a rumor. Like the Switch Pro is not is not guaranteed. Like Nintendo didn't come out and say that we're making a Switch Pro. So everybody, including myself, we all ran with this rumor, and we was hoping and praying that the Switch Pro was the next model. But when it didn't come, we all got upset. But I think if we all just take a step back, and actually think about it, I think the Switch OLED model is a good model to come out with, for sure.
All right, so the Switch OLED pre-orders went live yesterday, right? Was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
Yes. Yep. Yesterday.
You got your pre-order, no issue?
No issues. Yeah. It was about 6 people standing in line.
Oh, so you
for
went
pre-order
local.
Mm-hmm,
All right, you ain't do the battle for online.
Oh hell, no. Because as soon as they said that stores will have pre-orders, then I went to the store and got it. Yeah, so yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So yesterday, while the Switch OLED pre-orders were going live, Valve announced and revealed its own Switch Pro, and it's called the Steam Deck. This is
Steam Deck,
the portable handheld. It's your PC. Handheld. This got a whole lot of hype. I'm gonna try to narrow down, see if I can pull up the specs.
Pre-orders went live today, and if I'm not mistaken, I think they are sold out.
Yeah, you got. Let's go over some of the pricing here. You got $399. Now this one you can still get in Q1 of 2022. It says 64 gigs eMMC internal drive, so that's just a smaller hard drive. It's not an SSD, and it comes with a carrying case. For $129 more, you get the 256 gigabytes of SSD internal storage, carrying case, and exclusive Steam Community Profile bundle. And then for $649.99, you get 512 gigs. That's actually the same amount you get in the Xbox Series S. SSD storage, premium anti-glare etch glass, carrying case, Steam Community Profile bundle, and virtual keyboard theme. You reserve it on Steam. It's coming out December 2021.
Is it? Oh, I didn't know it was coming out this year. Yeah, wow.
December. It only requires, if you go pre-order on Steam, it's a $5 deposit to reserve it. So they're going really old school. That was smart too. Get everybody locked in. It's
that was pretty smart.
I mean, there's a lot of things about it. You got the specs. People say it's on par with like the PS4 in terms of like, I mean, it's like 1.7 or 6 T-flops, but it is it's RDNA 2 is current, like it's current gen, so obviously it'll be able to run laps around the PS4. This display screen is 1200 by 800, so we're looking at it 800p native.
800p.
So you see these sub 1080p resolutions is becoming pretty popping. You know what I mean? Like I've seen people jump at this damn 800p and switch 720p. It's like it makes me wonder why y'all still mad when Xbox Series S get a game at 900p.
Don't. Everybody tune done changed after that 800p drop, but they loving it now.
Yeah, so the thing is, I mean, it looks like a Switch. It does look like a hardcore Switch, bro.
Hold up, that motherfucker look huge though.
Is.
Like,
bro,
my god,
it's a Game Gear.
I swear to God,
it's a Sega Game Gear.
I was looking at, I was like, God damn, that bitch is big, man. That's a big bitch right there. Shit.
I still can't get over the button, the analog placement though. I just don't understand how that works. I feel like I'm gonna get like carpal tunnel playing it because everything.
I didn't like it. You said everything what?
Everything is too high. Like it's like I'm just trying to figure out like how does that work? Because when you're playing the game, right? It's like, how do you go from? I don't know, dude. I don't know how that works, but
I hate it. Yeah, I don't like it either.
I mean, it's like I said, it got everybody hyped because the thing is, this is essentially a PC, right? And the things that you can do, pretty much on PC, you're gonna be able to do with this. You could be able to, install Windows. You could be able to get your emulators. You're gonna be able to essentially have access to your entire Steam library. You won't be able to fit all of them on this thing at once. You probably gonna have to go with like 2-3 games at a time, maybe. But it's interesting. I see why people would want it, right? But it is pretty expensive. But then again, you look at what it's capable of. It is the Switch Pro, pretty much people wanted. And you look at the price, and then you look at how much the Switch OLED is. Then you got to say, hey, maybe it's not that expensive.
I mean, shit, but that I don't know. If I were getting one, which I'm not, but if I were getting one, I wouldn't want that $400 model.
No,
like
absolutely not.
It's just too bare bones compared to what the others are offering you. So, realistically, most people are looking to spend upwards of like, if you get the high end, that's upwards of what $750. At least $730 probably.
The high end is $650. The high end.
Yeah.
And
so
it's
it's $650 or six. I thought it was like $679 or something. I thought it was some weird price.
You probably saw that
okay.
Well, I'm sure with taxes you're going to get to that point, but it's $649.
Okay.
Now
but still,
I got a whole ton of questions. Like, I have a whole ton of questions about this thing. But let's review the hardware right quick, if I can. There we go.
Who in the chat is picking one up, or who pre-ordered?
I'm pretty sure Blessed Red is.
Well, I know Blessed Red. I think Jay pre-ordered one too, and he didn't. No, he didn't pre-order because he just said he got a 3090, so he didn't pre-order.
I almost did when I got home today, and then I saw the dates like they were. If I pre-ordered, I would get it Q2. The one I would want is Q2, but it was one of those impulse things. I see people buying it. Oh, let me just buy it and be cool like that.
That's what I said. I had put a poll up on Twitter and asked that question. I was like, is there legit excitement, or is this an impulse buy?
Yeah.
And so far legit excitement is leading, but impulse buy is not too far behind.
Yeah.
So I did ask that question. But I definitely see the appeal in it, no doubt.
Yeah.
Especially if you can if you're able to get all those emulators and stuff like that on the thing, and play it in your bed, that's gonna be super dope. So definitely see the appeal. I'm just not a PC guy, so it doesn't appeal to me.
All right,
let's
read off some of these specs. Speeds and feeds. Compute. All right, AMD APU, so this is a custom AMD chip that's powering this thing. Zen 2, 4 CUs, or what is it, 8? No, it's 2 CUs.
4 core.
It's but it's, I can't read this shit, but the CPU count is from what is it gonna be variable like PlayStation? 2.4 to 3.5 gigahertz, up to 448 gigaflops. FP32 GPU RDNA 8 RDNA 2 CUs, and up to 1.6 gigahertz, 16 gigs of LPDDR5 RAM. Okay. 64 gigs of the storage. All right, this is all depending on which one you get. The one everybody should be looking at is the 512 gigs or the 256 gig. That's the real price. The $400 one is just a wash. It don't count. I'm not counting that one. You get a haptics, HD haptics. They have the haptics, so
word.
And I know it has gyro controls as well.
Word.
So I mean, it's. Yeah, I mean, I can't.
It's a dope handheld. It is very dope for what it is. Absolutely.
It's 1280 by 1800p. Like I said, 1800p native display. 7 inches for the screen size. It's big, but the thing is big, but the screen's only 7 inches. The nits is 4,000 nits for the brightness. The refresh rates
is it?
Yep.
Wow.
The refresh rates is 60 hertz, so you're not going to be playing no higher than 60 frames. And it's touch enabled as well. Bluetooth 5.0 support, dual band Wi-Fi support, all that good jazz. Let's see what's going on the audio side of things.
Now there is a dock, right, which then ups the performance, right?
I know you can plug it into your computer. So I mean, I'm not sure.
Somebody in the chat.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, official dock. There we go. All right.
Okay.
So
okay.
it's sold separately.
Okay.
And it comes with the Ethernet port, a display port 1.4, and an HDMI 2.0 port. USB-C. Yeah, I don't know anything about as far as what it's gonna do resolution wise.
Okay.
But there is an official dock for it. But we can reserve today.
Okay, in the chat, somebody said it's 400 nits, not 4,000 nits.
Did I say 4,000?
Yeah, you said 4,000.
Oh, my bad.
That's
Yeah,
why
I didn't mean to say 4,000. It's 400. My bad. I did.
Okay.
That was just a reading error. No, I meant 400 nits. It just.
I was like, that's why I was like, whoa, 4,000.
No,
okay.
yeah, my bad. If I said, my bad. I did not actually mean 4,000 nits, dude. 400 nits.
400, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say, shit. I was like, what are these monitors? Is only a fucking 600 nits.
Yes, yeah. so probably should reserve battery life because I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm pretty sure they could have went higher than 400.
Oh, the dude said that was what's it? Gabe said that was it was a problem getting it to $400. It probably shouldn't have been an option.
No, not $400.
Oh,
400 nits.
I thought you were talking about the price tag.
Right.
Okay.
Hold on. What do you say about the price tag?
Because all right, so the $400, he said it was a problem getting that price point.
Damn. But they wanted the base model to cost more.
Yeah, I mean that base model, like I said, it should have been the thing. This is a $500 handheld at minimum. That's what it should have been. But I mean, there's a whole lot of questions surrounding these things, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You got. I saw people like Persona, who was kind of say he took on the scenario that people complain about $70 games, but they're buying $600 handhelds. So that's one thing. My take, right? Because all this is right, it's just a mobile PC, right? My question to you, Dre, because this comes up a couple times during this podcast. Why is it okay, right, for people to go ahead pre-order, be super hype about this gaming handheld, this PC handheld, and it not having any unique launch exclusives or anything like that, right? Okay. And it be okay. What like why is this okay?
I don't think.
And now I don't have a problem. Just give you guys just mind you, I do not have a problem with this launching as is. Because like I said, I started thinking about ways how this could benefit me. And almost I said, and when I got home, I almost bought the damn thing. But it does lead me to believe, I was like, wait, this thing ain't launching with no damn exclusives.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
Why?
See it that way?
Why?
Because it's essentially just an extension of an already existing product, right? So that's like saying I buy a brand new PC, but now I'm asking, okay, where are all the exclusive games that I just bought this brand new? Like that's like me expecting new games for this piece, like day one games for this PC, and I just bought it. I don't. It doesn't work like that. Unfortunately,
we couldn't look at the Xbox that way.
Nah, this is a new generation,
bro.
For
things
it.
has changed.
This is not a new generation for PC.
This is another way to enhancement to the way you play your current games, right? All your games, right? It's another enhancement.
Okay.
You got your rig at home. Now you got the shit on the go. Xbox Play is okay. You know what I mean? It's time for we're gonna take your games and we're gonna enhance your games on the new console. So this is just another way. You can keep the Xbox One, whatever, but we have a beefier console that can take these games to the next level. So it's like
essentially, like PC really doesn't have generations, right? So technically, one wouldn't think of an exclusive game like that, like somebody expecting an exclusive game for a PlayStation or Xbox, right? Because once a new generation starts, that's kind of like starting over, right?
But
With
Xbox,
PC,
we stopped
it's not
starting over on Xbox. It's like PC. It's literally like PC. Think about it. When I upgrade my PC again, my UI isn't going to change on my PC. The Xbox UI isn't. It only changed with system updates. It's literally like the same thing.
Well, if you look at it I mean, okay, I guess you, if you want to look at it that way,
I have no choice but to look at it that way.
You can kind of give a pass to Xbox, I guess.
No, because now it allows me to. It like I don't mean to put this thing to give a pass to Xbox, but now it does make it's like okay, people are understanding. They're going out of their way to buy a damn near $700 handheld. What made you want to buy a Switch, right? Because to play Nintendo games on the go, but Nintendo only it's weird because a Nintendo Switch you only can play Nintendo games on it. Obviously, there's some third-party stuff on there, but you can only play Switch games on it.
Right.
At whatever limited resolution and frame rate it is limited to. You can only do that. This, right? You have people that are buying this shit, right? Already have a PC for the most part. I don't know of one person that does not have a gaming PC that just ordered this. So the market, remember, to even pre-order this, you had to have a Steam account.
Steam account, that's right.
And had to be active, so they did that so they can prevent scalpers. So people could have just made their Steam account right then and there, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, so the thing is, it's like, okay, so people are obviously okay. They're okay just buying hardware to enhance whatever they currently have, because all people are going to be doing with this shit, there's going to be obviously some people modifying and doing different things to open it up to make it like a mobile computer. But other than that, other people are just going to be playing fucking old games on this shit. That's all, man. That is all that people are doing. So it's like, why is it okay for shit like when PC renditions come out? It's fine. A Switch OLED could come out. They could have 5 different Switch OLED comes out, or not Switch OLEDs, different Switches. It's fine. Xbox, I don't understand why Xbox got the shit it did get for not having a first party exclusive.
I don't know. Maybe it's because of I don't know if I could say this is like new territory for Xbox, to sort of speak. Like, sure that games are carrying over, but to many, this is still a new generation, for Xbox, right? So the traditional mindset is that when comes a new generation, there comes new games to take advantage of that hardware. So I don't know. I think maybe Xbox is maybe in this gray area right now, and maybe once the new Xbox comes out or mid-gen refresh or whatever, then people will be more accustomed to how things are going to flow on Xbox. But I don't know.
Bless Red, he says old and new games move. Games come out every day. Games come out on Steam every day. Thank you, Bless Red. Games come out on Xbox every day. If you want, you can log into the Xbox store right now and see games that come out every single day. They're not like Halos and Gears and stuff like that every day, but a game comes out on Xbox every single day. Every single day. So Just like games come out to Steam every day, games come out on Xbox every day.
Hey, Bless Red. Hold up, Bless Red. You a bottom feeder, man. Sit down. No, I'm just playing. I'm just kidding.
He said no. How is that not true? I can turn on this Xbox right now and go to the store and be handed and be presented with 7 new games that released today. And half the games that come out on Steam by these no-name developers also come on Xbox. Why do you think people be hoarding achievement scores? They get the same pieces of shit that come out on Steam every day. They get those same games daily.
Oh, maybe he's talking about those. I don't know. Maybe those 2D sprite kind of games, some top-down type games. I don't know, them games with the trailers look good, but then the gameplay looks not like the trailer. I don't know. Maybe he's talking. I don't know.
They want me to name some games. Let me turn this thing back on. I wish my Xbox is not plugged into my capture card, so you guys are just gonna have to take my word for it. Where's my damn remote and drag? If you could just hold it down for a moment, because I'm gonna lose out on one of these screens. Like I said, you guys are just gonna have to take my word for a moment. Oh my god, there we go. Let's go to the Xbox store right quick. Go to new games. And bam, what is today's date? Trey, remind me what
16th. 16th.
It's the 16th, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Today, where is it? All right, yep, July 16th. Today, a game called Lost Grimoires 3, The Forgotten Well, had just came out. Today, Friday. Let's see. Another Lost Grimoires Collection, $35.99. Restless Night and F1 2021 all came out today. No, F1 came out yesterday. Wizard came out yesterday. So I'm sorry. Sorry guys, but yeah, games come out every day on Xbox as well. I'm sure Steam probably gets some more, but just to solve that. But now, another question that came up since this thing has been like popping off, right? Do you think this is going to present a challenge to the Nintendo Switch?
Possibly.
Hold
on. Let me think about that. Maybe, but like a challenge as far as what? As far as Switch not selling well, or just or what? Like what kind of challenge are you talking about?
I mean, a couple ways. Switch. I mean, I think the Switch is going to dog walk the shit out of this, even if you still.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what kind of challenge
even
are
if
you?
Like, just say, you know what, we're not going to count the 88 million they already sold. We're going to start from the Switch OLED. Let's just start from Switch OLED versus this. Who's selling more?
Oh, Switch. It's not even and it probably won't even be close.
It won't
probably.
be close.
To be honest with you. But that's what I'm asking. Like, what kind of challenge? Like,
I guess, you would think it's like, all right, could this threaten, like, could this prompt people to upgrade from Switch, right? Could this push Nintendo to actually make a substantial upgraded Switch at this point? I mean, if it proves successful.
Yeah, I mean, sure, the Switch, a true real Switch Pro could definitely be in the works. Will it convert existing Switch owners over to it? Doubt it, because like I think personally, majority of Switch owners are kids, right?
Yeah.
And so is a kid gonna then turn around and ask their parents, can I get this Steam handheld? Doubt it, possibly, but I doubt it. So as far as maybe not. I see it opposing little to no challenge. If we're talking about like converting Switch owners to it or challenging it in sales, probably not. Now, will it catch some people's eyes if they start seeing Switch games running on this thing and looking better and playing better? Possibly, maybe that's the only thing that I can really come up with is that people would convert if they, see it running these games by emulators or whatnot and running better, looking better and whatnot. But then again, I doubt it. So I don't know. I don't think these two are like in the same space, right? Because I just think that this handheld is targeted towards the existing PC players who just want to, I don't know, play PC in their bed or something. I don't think this is converting. Maybe it'll convert a Xbox or PlayStation player to get a handheld since they don't have one for their respected console of choice. But a Switch owner, nah, it's not happening. I don't see that happening.
Do you think now the first thing people did when this also came out was look at like, oh, this is a missed opportunity for Xbox and PlayStation. Do you?
I've been seeing that too.
But do you think it's needed though from the standpoint of Microsoft and Sony for them to do this? Will you?
I don't think it's needed, but the option would be cool. I think people aren't opposed to options. Now the thing with that is you you want it, then you have to support that option because if it sells like dog shit, you just wasting everybody's time at this point. But the options are always good, right? I don't think anybody would disagree that options are good. But again, like I said, if they were to come out with one, then you would have to support it. So then that comes a whole new situation. Like the Vita, nobody supported the Vita, barely, right? But now when this handheld comes out, now all of a sudden everybody wants a PlayStation handheld when they didn't support the last one. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with these folk.
All right, so like I said, I keep looking at like I can see like for example, right? Like people like, oh, Xbox should have done an Xbox handheld because like look at this, and people like, well, the cool thing about this is native support, native games. It's not like streaming and whatnot. And
Yeah.
this is when I think about Xbox, I feel like okay, this actually would be an ideal solution because it actually makes sense. Because Xbox, they have this ecosystem. They can easily slot in a handheld in a way that their game's been scaling and whatnot. You shouldn't have to worry about like developing games directly for it because obviously with this they're not developing games directly for this. This is just really the games I'm assuming is going to be looking at the specs of the system and then performing as what it's capable at that point. So, but my thing is the way I look at this is like, all right, if I'm Xbox, this does not influence me to do a handheld because I'm already on everybody's devices now. Like if I get everybody that has an iPhone to download the Game Pass, everybody on Android, Game Pass, tablets and whatnot. But Microsoft and Valve have a relationship. Microsoft has supported. I don't know if Microsoft supports the Epic Game Store. I know they support Steam. Every game that Xbox releases goes to Steam as well, day and date. Steam. I don't believe Epic Game Stores. I know the studios they have acquired, like in mid-release, have either have games going to Epic Game Stores or games existing on Epic Game Store. But I know for Steam it's like a day and date. So the thing is, if you're, an Xbox user now, it only makes sense to do this if you get Game Pass on there, right? And so that you can have your native support your game. It would be truly having your games anywhere, and then this one you not have to worry about streaming it, but you're playing it natively. Since Game Pass on PC it's a native app, and you have the streaming option, but it is a native app. And I wouldn't be surprised if they get like a native app. Isn't this shit running Windows, or you could put Windows on it?
Yeah, you can put Windows.
I won't be surprised if this shit gets a native Game Pass app. I think somebody asked Gabe, I think in that interview he did, forgot where he was at, in the Netherlands or something like that, and they asked him about like consoles or Xbox or something like that, and he was like, "Oh, we'll learn about that later this year." So they're releasing this. I'm pretty sure him and Phil Spencer or whatever, had conversations about this. And then Phil Spencer tweeted about this, and he used familiar words. Happy that the Valve team had developed a device that brings our games with us, all this other stuff, and he's big on the play anywhere thing. So I can literally see this being a scenario where obviously you could be able to play your Xbox games and your PlayStation games on here that are available on Steam, but I do think at some point you'll get the native Game Pass app, or you install Windows and just download it that way, or go to the website and play it that way. So
play it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if Xbox was going to come out with a handheld, they would have been done come out with it. Or especially with with Game Pass being on everything, damn near everything anyway. Yeah, I don't see the reason now. I don't see the reason for them to even come out with one.
Yeah.
PlayStation, on the other hand, I don't know, man. So people so finicky when it comes to that. It's like some people want it, but then they didn't support the Vita, so it's like, well, do you really want it? I don't know. I think PlayStation fans are just getting so amped up because a new handheld is here. So I just think just the excitement of that is the reason why they're getting so excited. But deep down, I don't think they. I mean, I'm not saying all of them, because I'm pretty sure a lot will. But deep down, I don't think it would do what they think it would do. I don't think so.
Yeah. I'm asking everybody if they pre-ordered this thing. I'm trying to get a sense of the community who pre-ordered one. I think Bond might have managed to get one. I could be wrong, but I'm just curious. I don't pay attention to much of anything lately, but I'm just curious if how many of y'all being able to pre-order this one.
So bless Red. So how much is a 1 terabyte NVMe? Because you say it's 150, then you might as well just get the damn $500 one. I mean, I wouldn't do that. You might as well just get the. Well, I mean, okay, it would have more storage. But I mean, I guess I see your point there. I see your point.
That Smooth, you probably spent $700 on Xbox controllers.
That's why I'm laughing. You spent a lot of money on controllers, yo. That is a fact.
Probably. But here's the thing, I don't have a problem with the pricing of these Steam Decks. It's just I just didn't have an immediate interest for it, because the thing is like, I'm not a handheld gamer, right? And so that's the always thing that comes up. It's like, all right, you get me in a moment, I buy it, but then again, it's like, what is the likelihood that I'm still going to be playing on that thing, 4 weeks later? I don't know. I really don't know. It's I honestly don't know. This it's like like I said, it looks cool. The concept of it is cool. I see why people are interested in it.
Yeah, me too.
It is hella big. It does look like a Game Gear, like kind of just matured a little bit, because as big it is and all the stuff that's going on, it does look a little outdated because
it does. I mean, it looks cool, but I see what you're saying though. I see what you're saying. But I'm ready to see the comparisons between like the size of that and the Switch. I'm just like, good God, man, that thing is freaking big. But and what I don't think you touched on, but it does have like track pads on it, so you can use it as like a traditional mouse. I thought that was pretty cool.
Square things, right?
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it has back paddles on it too.
Yeah, see, I'm just hoping, like, well, it wouldn't matter to me. I don't have one, or I'm planning on getting one immediately. But the back paddles, like, you know how the Elite controllers have the back paddles? Those got in my way. Mm-hmm. I mean, it may or may not get in my way, because look how high, like, where the buttons is. So I'm assuming if you're playing it traditional, well, no, your fingers would still touch them. Hopefully they're just like non-active unless you activate them for a certain button. Hopefully they're not like active by default. Otherwise, I can see that getting into people's way if you're not used to playing with back paddles.
Okay, let me ask you one real quick. Do you see yourself getting one? Like, probably not now, but in the future, you see yourself
I
getting
saw
one?
myself getting one when I sat in my chair and was about to pre-order it. But
Mm,
honestly, it depends. I'll see what happens this year, how it resonate with other people. Because like I said, the only thing I would end up using it for would be an extension to my Xbox. But
okay.
that's all I can see myself doing. Like, then again, you could play like right now. Like my PC is not strong enough to play anything legitly. Like right, you know what I mean? GPUs
This
type of thing.
laptop is stronger than your PC, right? I mean, not the
This
laptop. This handheld is it stronger than your PC?
um for all right, yes and no. Yes, to the sense of for what it's trying to do in its package versus what my PC would be trying to do in its package.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So in that case, no, I would be able to like. I don't think I can. I'm downplaying my PC is not that bad. It's dumb bottleneck. I got a high end CPU and then I got an old ass GPU that can't do anything. So it's just all I need to do. Literally, all I need to do is upgrade my GPU, but I just haven't felt like it.
Got you.
Or had really I don't feel like competing online to try to or overpay for like a 30 series card.
No doubt, no doubt. That's my situation too.
Here's some information.
Yeah. Oh, word.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just trying to get at least a 3070 at
Yeah.
retail. So and I think I'm going for like 500. People trying to get 800. Nah, I'm not doing all that.
Yeah. That's like I don't know,
Yeah.
man. Like, but we'll see what happens with that. And about time the 30 series becomes within reach, they're gonna drop the 40 series, and that's what made me. I can't keep up, bro. I am 10, 20, 30. I'm 3 generations behind on GPUs in a matter of 4 years.
That's all right. Live within your means, man. That's what I live by. I live within my means, but then I go lower than that too because I'm cheap. So I don't like spending money like that anyway. So
You said RTX 2080 Ti looking for a 3080 Ti. You have I'll buy your 2080 Ti because I'd be fine with that.
it's losing.
He said a 9700K and 980 Ti is not losing to the deck.
Yeah.
I haven't. I don't know. I haven't. I'm pretty sure it's not in that case. But I was saying like I don't know what I can actually do where I can play games at on this PC. I just like all right. Can I do this? Can I do that? But yeah, I'm just not interested in playing games on my PC. It just I don't know. It just doesn't appeal to me. Like I said, when I first did it, and like got mine back in 2016, I was like, oh, this may change things for me. I thought I wasn't gonna be a console gamer again. And I was like, yep, nope, that didn't last too long.
I just like the simplicity of consoles, right?
Yeah,
That's kind of the reason why I have an
like
iPhone.
simplicity. I like simplicity in the simplicity of a console, and I like the imitation that the consoles can imitate PCs without being a PC. Like I'll take any feature the PC can do on a console. it just has to be on the console. What else happened, bro? Oh, Plague's Tale, dude. There's this it was a little update. So you've been playing the next gen version on PlayStation. We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
I downloaded it on Xbox. I said I would play it on PlayStation since it's PS Plus, but on Xbox it actually runs above 60 frames per second if you're playing in 120 hertz mode. Now you're not going to get 120 frames because it's just really running at whatever it can do. But during a test they had there, it was averaging. You can get as high as I think 105 frames. And I think the most stressful points is really at the beginning where they kind of slow walk you to death and all that foliage and stuff like that. And that's where it was at like 70 frames per second. But you can play the game on like, how PC gamers play it in the 80s, 90s. And you don't lose any visual. It's not a visual hit. So I think that's kind of
nice.
cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Not ideal unless you have a VRR mode, a VRR television. Somebody said to me, I don't know if it was Twitter or on a YouTube comment section, but the games should really start just switching their modes, changing their modes to having a mode called VRR mode where the frame rate is just completely unlocked. Because the thing is, if you're in, when you're playing in that mode, if the frame rate is unstable at higher frame rates and stuff like that, a VRR display cleans it up. You know what I mean? Like, so the average person, like if you're playing, let's say if you decide to play Plague Tale in the high frame at 120 frames, right? But you didn't have a VRR display, it'll be like tearing and shit like that. It will be kind of very inconsistent. But with a VRR display, it smooths that out and it's playing much faster. Not at a lock 120, but at that point, I mean, but you're getting faster than 60.
Is there a point where if frames drop low enough that VRR doesn't like help, like doesn't catch?
Yeah, if you're Cyberpunk. if you're Cyberpunk game, like you have to be doing frames like that where you're literally dropping. Like, all right, so VR is if you're at 60, if you're pretty much, if your game is targeting 60 frames, right, and your frames are dropping between like 55 to 60 in that performance range, it's fine. It's eligible.
Right.
Obviously, if you're in like the 80s and 90s and hundreds and stuff like that, you're gonna be fine. It's not gonna bother you. VR doesn't fix 30 frames.
Gotcha.
Or things dropping below that, or if you're at 60 and you're dropping to 40 and shit like that, it's not. That's when you'll notice some slowdown. And then obviously games that are running at 30 frames per second and it's choppy 30 frames, it's just different. Not going to. It won't fix that. It's mainly for like 60 or higher, pretty much.
Is I don't like I said, I don't know anything about is an unlocked frame rate more ideal than a locked frame rate? Like like if the unlocked frame rate can go into the 80s and 90s or
no, you want to lock. I would say a locked frame rate. But the thing is, and this is where I sit back and I laugh at PC guys and I laugh at PlayStation guys and all this, for the simple fact that when I don't know if you ever had PC dudes try to like show you how much frames they get on a fucking game that you're stuck playing on console, but they're playing that game on PC.
I haven't.
Nobody ever showed you those screenshot or no small clip of them running a game that, let's say, that's 30 frames per second on console or 60 frames on console, and they're running that shit at like 88 frames per second, and like you see all the frames I'm getting, and it's like that's unstable. It's higher than 60, but technically it's unstable. It's like you're not gonna stay at 88 frames. I be watching PC players and watching their frames rapidly move between like let's say 92 to 107 and stuff like that. It'll be some shit like that, and depending on your display will determine whether it matters or not. But in any case, you would want a locked consistent frame rate, because if you don't have that, then you could run into situations where you'll get screen tearing and whatnot. And screen tearing sucks because when it shows up on the screen. But other than that, I mean, unlocked frame rate, like I said, it is nice because you can see how high you can get it. But I mean, if you're running at an unlock, you're never going to be able to cap it at that particular number. So that's why I feel like, who was in that party with? I was in a party with. Yeah, I was like, can you lock this game? Can you lock it at a certain frame rate? But I get confused on like what's good and bad, because you'll have in the console wars, you'll have PlayStation dudes will be like, if a game is running at 120 frames on Xbox, or targeting higher frame rates, and let's say if it drops, but it's at like 110 or fucking 96 or some shit like that, it would be considered bad. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I was like, because the average PC person playing a game, they're not running a game at like a lock frame rate. They're running that shit at somewhere between, oh, I get 90 frames on this game at this resolution. And it's considered good. Like, I don't know what it means. I mean, Bless will have to help me on that one.
Shit, I don't know why the dude's talking about unlocked frame rate mode. We still stuck at this damn fidelity 30 frames mode. Like, can we get away from that first, and then we can talk about an unlocked frame rate mode? Good God, shit. I want games to be standard 60. I want 60 to be standard. We can't even get that right now.
Read these super chats before we get out of here for Space Jam. We got, let me see, did I read this one? That Steam HH going to violate the Switch in Japan. Watch, Champion Wave says the Steam deck is going to violate the Switch in Japan. Oh yeah, they're big PC gamers over there.
Yeah, they are. They are big PC gamers. Yes, they are. Yeah. So I can see that. I can see it rivaling. Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Gaming Addict for $2 says, here to support the crew. Appreciate you, Gaming Addict.
What's up, Addict? Sorry for your loss too, man.
Sorry for your loss, man. Hope you're doing well. I just talked to him earlier, so Dope as Jay, he said the difference is these PC games run at their native resolutions, not dynamic.
Yeah.
And Bless said he could talk about it, but he's at work. Gotta have Bless on the episode one day soon. What else? What happened? What happened?
I mean, shit. Really, the only news like that is the Phil Spencer, kind of funny, talked about possibly. Well, I don't know if he came out and said, our next Xbox controller is going to have haptics, but they brought it up. I didn't watch the video. I just read the the caption and whatnot. Yeah, basically he was saying he liked the DualSense, and that's technology that they're looking into, and so now people are going with a Xbox controller with haptics or with adaptive triggers. Who knows? Could be in the works. Mm-hmm. I for one would embrace it if it had haptics. I don't like adaptive triggers that much. Mm-hmm. It's just something about it that just doesn't feel right to me, especially when they have that half pull and then that I don't like that. But haptics, I'm all for haptics. Like I love haptics when it's done right. So the more haptics controllers out there that I can get, I'll take them. I love haptic feedback.
Honestly, like I said, I could live or live without it. If it's something that they opted to do, sure, I won't be mad at it. But I'm not the triggers. I don't want nothing to do with PlayStation triggers. Nope. Keep your Xbox triggers. If you're gonna make shit, rain and blow into the damn, I don't need a microphone in the controller. I don't need the struggling triggers. The haptics it's fine. Whatever. But it's not something that I feel like they need. PlayStation, like I said, PlayStation has it. Like when I play games on PlayStation, it doesn't make me. When I go from PlayStation and go back to Xbox, I don't feel like I'm missing anything. But like, I don't know. I don't think it's that much of a game changer to me where I'm like, all right, I can't play on a regular controller anymore. But I mean, it's cool for what it is. I don't think Xbox needs to mimic it. But I think as more controllers do it, obviously you got the Steam Deck, you got the Joy-Cons that have like HD Rumble, which is a form of haptics. Because they have I remember they had the little Ice Cube feature. I don't know how many games use it, but they have their portion. But PlayStation obviously is leading the charge in their support for their controllers and whatnot, and developers are actually using it this time around versus the previous renditions they added to their previous controllers. So, but this wasn't Phil Spencer's first time, I think, mentioning it. He mentioned that shit like back when these consoles came out, that he thought the DualSense had good features that that they're looking into, and then they also what came out, a freaking what the hell you call those things when they're working on something, a blueprint or why can't I think of the damn name?
Oh, what?
a prototype or some shit like that.
Okay, prototype. Okay.
One of the, so, it's another name
Oh,
for it.
oh, you're talking about a patent.
Patent, yeah, patent came out
Yeah.
from Xbox and they also did a survey to the Xbox customers on controller features. So they're gonna do something with it. I don't know if it's gonna be the next rendition or controllers or the next Elite controller. That could be a possibility.
My only thing with haptics is like I I just want them to have it on all the time. Like I hate when they have it for some things, but then like going through grass or whatnot, but then they don't have it for another thing like walking on
Oh
concrete.
yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, like I want it on all the time, you know, and especially if it's done right. Like that's just like with Scarlet Nexus, right?
Yeah,
They barely have it except for when you take I guess you call it take the brain out of the other.
yeah.
Like they'll have it with that, and that's alright, but like it really isn't,
Wait,
you
that's
know,
weird. You
or
said
responding to anything else.
during
Now,
the
you talking about the triggers? The triggers and the haptics are different. Like the triggers are
okay.
cool. I like the triggers in Scarlet Nexus because it's a nice smooth tension. It's not, you know, you're not jamming anything and you don't have to start, stop, and keep going down. It's just a nice smooth tension when you do the what's it called, telekinesis or whatever it's called. So yeah, I like the triggers in Scarlet Nexus, but any any other time the triggers in any other game is they suck. Like even in Ratchet and Clank, like Ratchet and Clank didn't have good adaptive triggers to me anyway. I don't like Returnal had cool. They were okay. But Returnal let you know when you're coming to that full. When you come into that half
Yeah.
pull, like it'll let you know that you know. But yeah, yeah, I'm off the triggers, but haptics, like, yeah, I want that all the time. I don't think like I think it's so much better than traditional Rumble. Like I think Rumble, like traditional Rumble, is so trash now that you know I'm experiencing this haptic feedback. Like that's all I want. That's all I want.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how soon they'll be able to do something like that. But like I said, like they can add it, they can not add it. He can hate it, he can love it. It'll make a difference. I don't really care if they were to move forward with that because I don't think the haptics are that big of a deal. But like I said, people like it. I know you like it, and like I said, and when they use it, they get the most out of it. So, but we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, we shall see.
All right. So what else? So we got obviously the Switch OLED, Steam Deck, Xbox beating PlayStation in the NPDs. Scarlet Nexus being in the top 5 total sales. Ratchet and Clank winning software, you know, being the #1 seller in June. So, big month for gaming.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it, really, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. July, like I said, we're Xbox is really about to start, you know, turning things around with their releases. Like I said, there's Blood Rot's in Game Pass now. Next week, Death Door come out. Flight Sim goes into Game Pass. The Ascent comes out, and
hold on. Before you go, Death Door. That's that game with that bird, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that game looked dope when I saw it at, you know, I think it was at the conference or wherever it was shown. Now, is that is it like a Souls type game or is it like a rogue like type game or what? Like, or is it just a traditional, you know?
I have no idea, bro.
Corridor.
I have no idea.
Because it looked good, but
it looks good, but it's not in Game Pass.
No, here you go, man.
It's not. So I mean, I'm gonna buy it, but that's just me, you know, risking. You know what I mean? Hopefully, I like it. But there's actually a couple games that are coming out that I saw in a store the other day that actually I want to cop, that I actually want to buy that aren't in Game Pass, but they're not big games either. They just kind of they just look good. But
'cause I do want to play that, but if it's like a Dark Souls or roguelike, I can't get down with that. And I was listening to W Weapon Wheel, and I think this was when y'all was talking about the PlayStation State of Play, right?
yeah,
And so like before that, I had made a video on State of Play, and I was like, Fist looks great. But my only issue is I hope it's not a rogue like type game. And then when BG said it's a rogue like, I was like, God damn it, man, because I'm not getting it because I just don't like those type of games. No issue against those type of games. I just don't like them. I played like the only game I like that I played was it's not Castlevania. It's the one with the chick. God damn it, what's it called? Like Blood Stained or something, like the Blood Stained Curse of the Moon or something like that.
yeah.
It's you play with a chick though. And I couldn't get down with it. Like I got pretty far. I think I even got to the last boss, but the last boss was just kicking my ass. I just gave up. But I just don't like the go get this, backtrack a whole bunch, go get that. Okay, now I gotta backtrack again to open this, to go there. I just don't like that, man. So
Yeah, I don't
when
like
he
going
said,
games and where I have to go fucking backwards or go back to where I had
yeah,
just came from. The games like that drive me nuts. Even though there's a
yeah.
lot of them like that, but
So when he said that, I was just like, because Fist looks dope, man. I really wanted. I was like, please don't be a roguelike. But then he said it, I was like, fuck.
the Fist is the one with the was it you are a rat or cat or something like that.
A bunny, a rabbit.
Bunny, a rabbit. That's what
Yeah,
it was. Yeah,
you got that huge metal fist on your back and shit.
gotcha.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it looks dope though.
All right. So the poll, I'm in the poll here. 54 votes, 39% yes they pre-ordered the Steam Deck, and 61% said no. So I mean, we should see how that comes out.
I just like, I like, okay, with a new product, right? 9 times out of 10, a new product is gonna, sell out of pre-orders.
Yeah.
Might even be on a back order for a minute. But I want to see the longevity, right? I want to see the longevity because I don't know. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't think like I'm, and this might sound crazy, right? But I don't think this thing is selling over 5 million in its life cycle. Now, I don't, that's just me.
The last
I
time
don't think
Steam tried to release some sort of hardware, it fails. Their controllers failed. Their console failed. So it could all be honestly just be hype. You know what I mean? It could all honestly be hype. They don't have one successful, like, outside of the Steam store, like just this buying it, the Steam being a storefront for games. Everything they've tried in the hardware of gaming has not done that great.
so. We're going to see if this is just if this is just a bottled up excitement right now, and I just want to see the longevity of
Yeah.
it because people saying it's going.
Dopest J says the failure rates are going to be insane. Like, you really think?
I hope not, man. I don't want people to be paying $700 and then they shit just I mean, even though that happens with consoles, but it still sucks when it happens with consoles too. So I hope not, man. But
Right.
yeah, I don't think it's selling over 5.
And I was wrong. I'm pretty sure if somebody said their VR headset was good, I believe that because I mean, PC outside of they do. Who owns the Oculus? Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
So they must have did. I forgot which one Valve was involved. I think he said the HTC. Sold extremely well. I don't know. I mean, because the only ones I know that as far as popularity outside of PlayStation VR is the Oculus, the Rift.
Oculus, yeah.
Like to the point where my boss at work is like, hey, he's like, you played? Have you ever tried the Oculus? I was like, the hell, I was like, you play VR? I didn't even think you played video games. So,
yeah, I can't do VR, so it's a skip for me.
all right, so Blessed Red said he will be on Planet Xbox next week to battle Jay on this. So yeah, I'm curious to see, learn more about that. But yeah, man, that's it for us tonight. We're gonna watch some Space Jam. Probably gonna.
Yes, sir.
I think my wife is gonna do a video on that. But hopefully it's good, man. Hopefully it is good.
Hopefully, we gonna see.
I appreciate you guys all for watching. Shout out to Blessed Red, Dopest J, Jay Got. Actually, I haven't seen Jay Got in a little bit. Addict, Star Fox. We got who else came through? Hustle and Motivate. Bond was in. We got some new members. So definitely appreciate all you guys who came through today. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your Friday. Stay blessed.
Sir. So you guys